Oh my gosh, these guys sound like murlocs. And they move like murlocs. And my quest log says, terminate on site. So, we are saving nature by deleting half of the local ecosystem. May RNG Jesus grant them a swift respawn. Or not. Blizzard. Preserve the ecosystem. Also Blizzard. Press X to deforest. Hello again, dear viewers. I'm happy to see you all again. So, why are we not following the main plot but instead mercilessly annihilating innocent woodland creatures? I mean, seriously, why? But then someone said, it's a fun little quest. And okay, fine, I will admit it. They were right. Rescuing baby critters. Slaughtering rogue elementals. 10 out of 10. Would protect magical hippos again. This entire questline feels like it was written by the logic of Jurassic Park. We are helping nature by messing with it in the most violent way possible. Great plan. What could possibly go wrong?
Scarier? Cooler, I believe is the word that you used in your memo.
After a local deforestation, Wrathion, our overly dramatic dragon prince, and the major domo Sinestra, the red Dragulpira guy I totally cannot understand to this day, hand us their shopping list. Eliminate a dozen of Giardins. Gather intelligence like it's a fantasy mission impossible. And, of course, murder local wildlife for a good measure. And then, boom! Out of nowhere we see this feral, flaming, woolly mammoth locked in. What is Manny from Ice Age doing here? Who let this prehistoric fire hazard onto the map? Turns out, Manfred has lost his mind. Even though he has a family now. He's gone full rogue. We were forced to put him down. Forever. A tragic end. Both our dwarven and elven hearts shattered. We loved that mammoth.
You have beautiful eyes.
Get off my...
So we put his magnificent giant to eternal sleep. Until RNG Jesus decides to resurrect him for someone else. But then I noticed something far more disturbing. A habit. A curse. One that's haunted many players for 2 decades of World of Warcraft. We were both just standing there. In lava. Like complete morons. Taking full fire damage. To the face. Doing nothing about it. Why? Because we are raid endies, veterans with no reflex apparently.
Stop it. Get some help.
Then we came across more giants. Big, rocky, angry boys. But none of them stood a chance. Not against the holy wrath of my paladin. Nor the beastmaster fury of my wife, who commands nature like a Pokemon trainer on steroids. Stone beasts fell left and right. We were wiping the floor with them. And not gonna lie, I felt ridiculously powerful, like way too strong for a supposedly low level zone. I'm out there two-shotting mobs like it's vanilla Nagrand, and I'm mainlining Hellscream protein shakes. At this point, I'm hoping we run into something that can actually fight back. And then, a strange thought hit me. The Giardin. Are we sure they are not long-lost cousins of the Dark Iron Dwarfs? I mean, look at them. The size. But the vibe and the geological complexion is uncanny. Am I exterminating my own kin? Is this some kind of twisted molten family reunion with a murder? Isn't it a bit of coincidence that in the region of the map where the mounted cousins definitely dominate with their size and numbers, I feel like I belong with my character? It's a strange feeling when I have to engage in a ruthless extermination of these most dignified creatures in the name of some higher cause. What the hell?
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
Suddenly, I'm looking for my wife. And she's disappeared somewhere. I asked her why it took so long for her to come back, and her answer was ridiculously simple. I was looking at the sky. I wonder if it's real outside the window, or if it's virtual on the Dragon Isles.
The next day.
Our adventure continued the next day. You have to understand, dear viewers, that we have very little free time to dedicate to gaming. Not to mention the late night editing, where I have to prop my eyes open with toothpicks just to see what's happening on the screen. Secretly, I play a bit more, but still not enough to create enough content quickly enough. So everyone leave a like, sub, comment and press the magical bell button so the channel grows and becomes stronger. Honestly, I love locations that even slightly resemble traversing hell. Yes, Diablo 2 vibes are real. That vibe always gets me pumped. Back to Giardins. I don't know how, but I would love to see them as allied race. It would be epic to tower over everyone as protection warrior, where everyone, especially gnomes and goblins, would feel completely ignored. On the other hand, the bigger the target, the easier to hit, so PvP would be incredibly tough. But still, Blizzard, please! Now, another important and totally crucial fact that seems to be fueling the conflict between dragons and their enemies is this. The Giardin national sport is literally hunting dragons.
A few moments later.
After a tough battle in the hostile land of giants, we continue our journey and reach one of the first dragon outposts, Ruby Life Pools. We complete a few tasks locally when suddenly it turns out that a battle is raging nearby. One of the evil dragons is launching a frontal attack. Our goal is to help red dragons fend off the Primalist attack and, once again, kill a few protodragons. I think it's worth briefly explaining the difference between dragons and protodragons in WoW.
Spare me your sanctimony! You forced the Titan's edict upon us all!
Quick WoW lore lesson. Dragons in World of Warcraft are ancient, magical creatures created by the Titans during the shaping of Azeroth. These dragons are known for their deep connection to the elements and play a significant role in maintaining the world's balance. They are highly intelligent, and their society is organized into flights, each representing a different aspect of the world. For example, the red flight represents life, the blue flight is connected to magic, and so on. Protodragons, on the other hand, are the ancient ancestors of the modern dragons. They predate the Titans' intervention, which means they are far more primal and less refined. Protodragons are generally feral and aggressive, lacking the order and organization we see in the later dragons. They are also less intelligent, but much more savage and warlike. Some of them eventually evolve into the dragons we know today, while others were left to roam the wilds of Azeroth. Protodragons first appeared before the Titans ever arrived to shape Azeroth. They were the dominant flying creatures at the time, but lacked the magic the Titans would later give to the dragons. The Titans later crafted the dragons to serve as guardians of Azeroth and to keep the world's balance intact. Many proto-dragons eventually either evolved into true dragons or died off, but some, like those found in the Northrend and the Dragonblight, still remain as a reminder of Azeroth's primordial elemental past. Some of these proto-dragons, the fiercest and the most powerful ones, are known as the Primalists. They've set their sights on making life harder for other dragons, and honestly for the whole world in general. But hey, maybe they have a point? I've never trusted the Titans in this universe. We managed to successfully repel the Primalist attack, and it all came to head into the Ruby Life Pulse dungeon. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed something funny. For a while now, my character has been using only one-handed weapon, with no shield. The kicker? I don't use a shield even though I really want to. And the reason? Well, it's because even though I'm a blacksmith, I can craft one for myself. My character's level is still too low to use the gear I can make. A paradox. Classic WoW logic, right? I'm a blacksmith. I can craft my own gear, but I can't use it. Now, this expansion campaign is supposed to serve as an introductory experience for new players in the current WoW storyline. It's designed to showcase the game's beauty, the cool options, and just how expansive it all is. But here's the problem. Crafting gear for yourself doesn't make sense until you hit level 60. You know what's a slap in the face? You choose your professions, try to make something out of them. Oh, cool, I can make armor or a sword for myself, awesome. But then, bam! You find out you are 35 levels short of being able to use the gear you just crafted. Blizzard, really? Such an oversight is unacceptable. But hey, at least it's not endgame for Diablo 4, which, trust me, I have some thoughts about. Next episode coming up. We are starting with bees.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Now, the last fact I will present with minimal editing is about my duel with a druid. A random player challenged me to a duel, and what did I do? Without a shield. I accepted the challenge, expecting to get totally wrecked. And now, please enjoy my unedited gameplay where I really have to push all my tired senses to give it my all. I hope you like the final result, even it's my defeat. But actually, I won. The druid kinda sucked.